Sure. Hashtag certified Mark. Here with, of course, my co-host.
The voice of the MPX Addicts. Why am I being introduced first? Why are you introduced
because
first?
We
have the boss here.
The best to last.
All right,
hold on. Let's not skip past the fact that you just slurred your own introduction.
Did I really slur,
You
though?
did.
Yeah.
You slurred, and you were like, I'm going to cover this by going, hey, Mr. Ollie.
Let's try it
right
again.
there.
No, voice of the MPX Addicts, Kyle Smith, here with the boss, Jamie Aller. Is that
Head of
better?
creative, Mr. Jamie Aller himself.
The Mark,
And-
the drunk, the boss.
Yeah, pretty
really
much.
that
But I
drunk.
have a question. How do you improve upon perfection? Obviously, you do it again, but bigger.
I mean, again, we had 2 weeks ago, we had the match of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had a rematch of the match of the year, but before that, Ryan had to go through someone else.
Yeah, but you know what? That was...
Okay, first off, you act like the Jackson Stone thing was planned. You act like,
Oh, no.
yeah, that match story, he just had to get through. No, the match that was scheduled was against Prince Mahali.
Yes.
Yeah, well...
That was
Mahali-
the match.
Yeah. And
Mahali had to go and ruin it, though, so...
No. Jackson went and ruined it. I mean, Mahali shoved down Emily Violet, which, why you messing with Big Fitz? I don't understand.
I don't know. That's a
Very dangerous
prospect.
man to mess with. And then, I mean, Jackson, after the Mahali match, which was a good match, don't get it wrong, Mahali brought everything he could to Ryan.
But he wasn't exactly prepared, so...
Nah.
Who wasn't prepared?
Mahali?
Oh, I'm sorry. You just want to go around pushing down women, and you want to try picking fights with like 6'6" ex-Marines, and you want to sit here and act like, oh, well, I wasn't supposed to have this match yet. No, screw you, dude.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
no,
you
I
and
didn't
your
say he was
oil money
smart
aren't
about
going to
it.
buy an MPX championship. Sorry. It's
No.
just not going to happen. You want to pick a fight? Ryan Remington was the guy that you wanted to pick a fight with because that was your scheduled opponent, and you got beat just like everyone, and that should have been the end of Ryan's night.
It
It really should have been, but I mean, I guess the star of the show had other thoughts. I mean, he goaded Ryan in. Let's not get this wrong though.
Mhm.
Ryan is a fighting champion. Ryan has a
absolutely.
lot of pride with whatever title he's held. We saw it with the Addicts title. He took on all comers from all over the world.
Yep.
He doesn't turn away from a fight. But I mean, I could tell I didn't want it. I could tell Jamie really didn't want it. As much as we love Ryan, as much as we know he's a fighting champion, that wasn't the right time to put that title on the line.
Look, there is something to be said about the bigger your balls get, the smaller your brains get. And by no means am I calling Ryan dumb, but what I am saying is sometimes the guts and courage and this chip on your shoulder that you have to prove that you are everything that everyone says you are, right? If you want to come out here for almost 2 years, Ryan Remington's been talking about how so good he is, right? And he's done everything. He's been an MPX champion, an Addicts champion, a tag team champion. We've talked about it before. He's been in more title matches than non-title matches in the 2 years that he's been here. He is the match of the night. He doesn't have anything left to prove. You don't have to keep accepting challenges from people that just want to throw their name in. Jackson Stone lost, and he needed to get to the back of the line. So what did he do? He came out and he did exactly what you said. He goaded Ryan into a match, and I was more than happy. Next week, make that match happen. But you're going to accept the match after you just had a hard-fought contest with Mahali, and now you're going to take on Jackson Stone, which, look, we all know how I feel about Ryan, but he escaped with the victory. He earned it, but he escaped with that victory. And now, after you've already had a 10-minute battle with one guy, you're going to take on the guy who almost had your number 2 weeks ago. Are you kidding me?
I mean, and that's the thing. One of the best, let's be honest, one of the best in the world, Jackson Stone, world-renowned, world-famous, comes home, and a couple of weeks ago, almost beat Ryan. He really did. I was terrified. I mean, you see it, look back on the video. You see me and Jimmy both terrified that Ryan might actually not be able to pull this out, but Ryan does. And then that's the thing. Ryan is a fighting champion. He gets goaded in by Jackson. I mean, and let's be honest. I love Ryan. You love Ryan. There's a reason he has you as a manager. There's a reason he has sought your counsel. I mean, honestly, Jamie, what happened to where he wasn't taking your advice?
It's not about not taking my advice, but it's the fact that let's look at this whole show, right? Let's look at it from top to bottom, right? You got a guy who comes out who, I don't know why, but apparently views women as a inferior gender or species.
It's his culture, I think.
Right.
I'm not sure.
So then he jump starts what should have been the main event.
Mm-hmm.
The tag team challengers that were coming in from Houston, the Palm Patrol, they're not going to be here because Mother Nature is wreaking havoc again.
Which we'll talk about later, but great surprise.
So you've got that going on. Now I've got Big Fitz, who just had surgery and is having to be held back by all the security guards, which I don't know how. That even and then Ryan's jumping the gun, Jackson Stone. I don't have the time or energy or the patience to keep doing this week in and week out. I really don't.
No.
The fact is, being head of creative isn't what I came back here for. 2 years ago when I came back, it was to manage Tommy Becker and Ryan Remington. It was to watch these two guys by their side, watch as their career took off, to give them guidance, to make them the guys that they are today. And all of a sudden, last year, I got thrown into the mix because Richard Hill got knocked out. So now all of a sudden, I'm head of creative. I never asked for this job. I never asked for the bullshit that comes with it. The fact is, I have to manage the entire roster. I've got to manage everything that goes wrong in this company.
Yeah.
Right? And it's great. I get to take credit when surprises happen like the Lost Boys. I get to say, hey, I had that planned all along, but I didn't. I had to pull it out of my ass. I had to go find two guys who weren't getting along, who weren't on the same page, and say, hey, remember that tag team title opportunity you were supposed to get against the Cool like a year ago? Hey, guess what? We're going to make that happen now, finally, because the two other guys canceled because of the weather. I'm sitting here week in and week out trying to keep this show together, and quite frankly, I don't know how much I have left. And then I come out here and I try to give some sense to Ryan Remington and says, hey, you want that match? That's cool. Next week, you can wrestle Jackson Stone again. You can tear it down again. Everybody's going to come to see it. I get to promote it for a week. But no, you just want to jump the gun and you want to take on Jackson Stone because of this big chip you have on your shoulder. And the fact is, I don't know where it's coming from. And I don't know because my focus and my attention has to be on the rest of the show. So I can't do the thing that I want to do, and that's be there for Tommy and Ryan. And what happened to Tommy? Didn't end too well for Tommy, did it?
No.
And it barely ended well for Ryan. So you know what? I got a lot to think about. I got 7 days to the next one, boys. I appreciate the time. I appreciate this being ready. But the fact is, I got a lot going on.
So, I mean, obviously next week you're focused on the prospect title with Tommy, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens when we get there. But for now, here, you can have two mics because I still don't like you. You're drunk. I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on. I'm not that drunk. WWJD and all we trust. Again, that's our boss, Jamie Aller. Why don't you show him more respect when he's here?
Dude, we keep trying to say we don't work for never mind. Whatever.
That's
Either
our
way,
boss.
that was the boss. Well, I guess let's get on with the rest of the show.
Oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night.
And well, thanks for that, Jamie. But let's go ahead and start with the matches. Honestly, the first match should not have been the first match. It should have been the main event. But some people just can't wait.
Whoa. Jamie already covered this. Are we really going to cover it again?
Well, we're going to cover it our way.
Ryan won, the end. What else do we need to say?
Well, there's also the fact that he really did take off Big Fitz.
No, that is true. Prince of Ali, like we said, Jamie heard, we said, he pushed down Emily Violet. All right, obviously it's no big secret. That's Big Fitz's wife.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't mess with a man's wife.
Oh, no.
Something snapped in Prince of Ali. I don't know if it was because she was a woman. I don't know if it's because he knew it was Big Fitz's wife. We don't know what's going on there, but I mean, he ticked off a 6'7" angry Marine, ex-Marine.
He's going to get mad because he was Army.
Is he Army? Crap. Ex-Army veteran in Big Fitz.
Yeah.
You're editing this, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, cool.
But either way, the match itself was pretty incredible. I mean, Holly not being prepared, and that was completely on him.
Let's be honest. He should be prepared. I mean, he already knew he's fighting Ryman. Granted, he didn't know he's prepared to fight the beginning of the show. He thought he was going to be the main event, but he still should be prepared.
Yeah, he thought he had 2 hours to just lay back and wait, but nope. Ryan wasn't having that after what happened with, him coming out and hitting a woman, pushing a woman.
Yep.
Ryan wasn't going to take that either, and he just started it right then and there. But after the match, of course, that's when Jackson Stone got involved.
And and that's the thing. Let's give all due respect to Prince Mahali. Great competitor, came in. He really did give Ryan his all. There was a couple of moments where he looked like he had him. But again, our fighting MPX champion, the Mr. Match of the Night that he is, Ryan Remington, proved that 2 times tonight. Because like you said, not only did he beat Prince Mahali, Jackson Stone, who's still bitter about a couple weeks ago losing, decided, you know what, I'm going to attack Ryan. And knowing the type of fighting champion Ryan is, he's going to get a title match out of him. Jackson had a plan from the start.
Yeah, this was obviously planned by him, and he got what he wanted, but I don't know that it ended the way he wanted it to.
Well, it didn't end that way, and we'll talk about it later, but let's talk more about like Jamie said earlier.
Yeah.
Jamie didn't want that match. He was trying to advise Ryan not to take that match. Because let's be honest, Jackson Stone, one of the best in the world, world-renowned, world-famous, one of the best technical wrestlers in the game today. And Ryan, he took Ryan to his limit a couple weeks ago. There were several times, I was talking to you the whole time. I thought Ryan was going to lose it. Jackson took him to his limits.
Yeah. But, it didn't end well for Jackson last time. It didn't end well for Jackson this time.
No.
But it's definitely not going to end well for Prince Mahali when he comes back and when Big Fitz is fighting fit.
Oh, yeah, because we already heard Jamie's made that announcement. Whenever Prince Mahali's back, whenever Big Fitz is healed, it's on.
And then once again, we take another step on the path to the Prospect Championship, coming back into play as Loverboy Larry of Menage a Trois, with CJ and Tatum in tow, took on the returning Prince Kanu. And it was an incredible match, and right up to the end.
Up to the end. It was good all the way till the end. The rightful holder of that future Prospect title, as we learned, will be defended next week in a triple threat against the 2 men who already qualified, Frankie Fisher and the Tommy Becker. Loverboy Larry is on his quest to regain his MPX title. This is still the Menage a Trois era. We're still in that.
I don't know about that, but we'll get into that part later.
What are you talking about?
Either way, towards the end of the match, after Kanu had been basically, turning Larry into a pretzel, CJ and Tatum decided that they had to get involved, and while they weren't able to get the better of him personally, they were able to distract him enough that Larry was able to get one over.
Now I understand you've never been in Menage a Trois, but those are very flexible men. All right, being put in a pretzel means nothing to Loverboy Larry. He can be put in many positions, and he will still prevail. And that's exactly what happened tonight. He beat Prince Kanu, and as we learned, when you're a Menage a Trois, all the addicts will come.
Sure. And then next up, Addicts, we had a fight that's started online and has been going for a while. And Marcus Rose taking on Tyler Jett, finally getting each other in the ring after weeks of sniping at each other.
Oh, it wasn't even weeks. It was months.
Yeah, true.
Rose and Chet have been in each other's throats online, on Facebook for months. And it finally, the creative bosses, Jamie at MPX, decided, you know what? I'm tired of hearing it. Let's see it in the ring. Oh, yeah. And we saw the return of Marcus Rose, who, again, we love his antics here. He is fun. But we saw the hard-hitting, the no longer party Viking, the Viking, Tyler Jett, come in and try to take his head off.
Oh, yeah. I say it again and again. His style, it's like, I call it the roughneck style because it's just strong style, but dirtier. But honestly, he brought it hard. I didn't think Marcus was going to come out of that alive, much less the victor. But unfortunately, that's how it turned out.
Well, let's be honest. It was the song. Yeah, Marcus appeased to Tyler Jett's soul with that song.
It's like, it's the power of song. What can you say?
He did. He knew Tyler didn't want to hurt him. He knew it. He sang the song, and, well, we saw. Marcus get the upper hand after that
and get the win.
That was it.
So unfortunately, Tyler Jett lost this one, but you know what? Maybe we'll get to see it again sometime, and the Viking will get his comeuppance.
Oh, I hope both these men are back. They're both spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it's the power of the song. It reached Tyler Jett.
Mm. And then after that, we got a match that I have been calling for weeks because, honestly, the pack has been running wild in MPX for far too long, and somebody needs to rein them in. We needed law enforcement. We needed Team Action to come in and clean up the pack.
I mean, everyone knows my feeling on the varmints and the rodents and amphibians that run around here, and I thought Team Action could do it, and I was wrong. Team Action can't do it.
Richter even got the penguin and the toad in a double butt punch 10 count in the corner. And unfortunately, I guess this new pack, whatever it is that this rabbit and this bear have, are just giving them that extra power, that extra ability.
I mean, but let's be honest. Richter said it right off the bat. That penguin's no longer adorable.
I'm going to agree with you.
His actions have made him ugly.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's the thing. We've wanted someone to take the pack down for a while. They've kidnapped Dimitri. We still don't know where Dimitri is.
We don't know what's going on with that.
Now Team Action can't do it.
Seriously, Dimitri, wherever you are, we hope you're okay. Please come back safe. Come home.
Do you think he has internet where he is right now?
Well, he responded to me at one point. There's something about the pack being too dumb to take his phone. I don't know.
Oh,
but either way, we hope you're okay, and we hope you come home soon. And then we got the match that Jamie was not happy with. I'd almost say as much, if not more, than Ryan Remington versus Jackson Stone later.
Well, let's be honest. The Impact players have Jamie for a reason. He's one of the best managers in Metroplex area. He has made champions here at MPX, and they need to listen to him. And they have listened to him for the most part. They've been some of the most decorated tag, addicts, prospects, and world champions we've had here. Yet, both of them aren't listening to him. Tommy gets goaded into a match with Frankie Fisher, a preview for the prospect title match. Ryan gets goaded by Jax. I mean, I don't... Honestly, I love the players. I don't know what's going through their mind right now.
Well, honestly, when you're as good as they are, and they are
so good,
they honestly have that chip on their shoulder, like Jamie said. And this week, Tommy Becker took on Frankie Fisher in an impromptu, I guess you could say, preview of what we're going to see next week.
I did say that.
As they were both the, winners of their matches last week.
Exactly. They're going into that triple threat for that prospect title. Next week, we've got the Tommy Becker, we've got the flying asshole Frankie Fisher, and we've got Loverboy Larry of Menage a Trois.
Yep.
That match itself is amazing. And then you add the prospect title to it, and it becomes it's going to be a history-making moment, and an already history-making moment next week, because we're at the return of Hardakis.
Oh, yes.
We've got Leva Bates returning with a mystery partner against Fun and Sexy.
And that's going to be an incredible match to watch in and of itself.
It is. And then that's the thing. We got a little preview of the Tommy Becker and Frankie Fisher tonight, and two of the most beloved addicts here, or fellow, wrestlers here in MPX. You're laughing at me. You shouldn't laugh at me.
He's been drinking tonight.
Again, people keep saying I'm drunk. I'm not that drunk. The Tommy Becker and Frankie Fisher in a preview for the MPX prospect title match. And you take it.
You know what? It was actually a great match. Frankie Fisher and Tommy Becker brought it hard. They brought it, just the best they could. And, well, Frankie came out on top, being just a little more wily than Tommy is. And honestly, I got to say, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen, because if you think about it, all three competitors in the match next week have been MPX champion. And for the match after that, it seems the Addicts Championship is not dead after all. Long live the MPX Addicts Championship, as Stephen Kirby, Mr. Mayhem himself, took on a newcomer to MPX called Tigo.
All right, let's be honest. Yeah, the MPX Addicts Champion is still Stephen Kirby, but let's be honest. Is it not a shame to bring that title out? I mean, it's a little disrespectful, don't you think? I mean, granted, Dexter did it, Kirby didn't do it, but to remind the Addicts of what used to be a pretty, beautiful title and what Dexter did. Why is it brought out? It should have been buried.
He brought it out with a purpose. He brought it out like Caesar's robe to show the Addicts, to show his countrymen, I guess you could say, that this would not stand, because after the match, he did defeat Tigo. Tigo brought it, and it was a good match in and of itself. But,
so you're saying Kirby's Caesar?
no, I'm saying he's Marcus.
So then who's Caesar that got stabbed on the back? The title? I am failing to miss your history here. Because to me, it sounds like you're saying Kirby is Caesar with the robe, and he's getting stabbed.
Yep, either way. But either way, he did lay out that Dexter Hardaway is public enemy number one here at MPX, and he will stop at nothing to get Dexter back in that ring to truly punish him as he deserves.
I mean, that's the thing. He got rid of Tago. Tago came in, great competitor. We saw him, came in, and then even during the match, the Addicts were chanting Dexter sucks. Dexter's not even in the building. We haven't seen a video of Dexter yet. Kirby's right. Public enemy number one, Dexter Hardaway. I mean, will we see him back in the field? Will he be able to show his face back here at Metroplex Wrestling after what he's done?
I don't know. He'd really be dumb to do so, but you know what? After what he did, I don't give him the highest marks on intelligence.
That is true.
But we'll see what happens then. And then for the penultimate match, what should have been the main event, in my opinion, they really did improve upon perfection in I guess you could say an impromptu match between Jackson Stone and Ryan Remington, once again for the MPX Championship.
I mean, how often is it that we get technically two, I mean, if you're going to count the tag match later, we're going to talk about three main events. We already saw Mr. Match of the Night once against Prince Mahali, which should have been the original advertised main event. Then we get this brand new main event, which is a rematch that we saw 2 weeks ago of what you claim to be one of the best matches ever, match of the year candidate.
And they, you know what, they just went bigger and better, and I'm going to say that this one was probably match of the year.
Really?
And
you
honestly,
like this one better than last one?
I did.
All right.
But it was an incredible match, and honestly, I don't know. Not since the series we had last year between Ryan Remington and Chandler Hopkins have I seen a series this incredible. Yeah. And honestly, if you think about it, who's the common denominator in all these matches?
Mr. Match of the Night, Ryan Remington. Hence why I named him that. That's my creation. I mean, granted, the name. Don't get me wrong. Ryan's not my creation. The name is my creation because I realized long before all these other addicts just started cheering him that he is match after match after match the best in the ring.
True, he is, and you know what? It was a great match, and I'm gonna wonder what's gonna happen next. Where do you go from here?
I mean, who knows? And that's the thing. Is Jackson gonna let this go? I mean, he didn't let it go last time. No. Is he gonna take 2 wins and realize, hey, that's 2 out of 3 I lost?
We'll see.
Anybody's got the guts.
Hey Jamie, time's up, baby! And my magic twice here, and that can only mean one thing. The time is show time! So bring them out!
So that's it. Mystery Team forfeits.
Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys haven't teamed up in MPX in years.
And then for the main event, admittedly, like I said, Ryan and Jackson should have been the main event, but this was a perfect main event, in my opinion. This was it was a surprise match because, unfortunately, the Pump Patrol was not able to make it due to inclement weather where they are, and what we got instead.
It's history-making moment. Ever since I've been coming here, these two men have hated each other and tried to kill each other.
Yep.
And that is, we finally got what all the Addicts, I think, really want. A Lost Boys reunion.
Yes.
Sky De La Cremosa and Jason Silver finally putting their hatred aside for each other and reforming the Lost Boys. And let's be honest, all the teams Menage a Trois beat, they couldn't beat this one.
Oh, obviously not. It was too much for them. They said that they were going to hold the belts forever, but forever? Really? I mean, the only people who could really hold those belts forever would be, immortals.
That is true, but I mean, only one of them's immortal, isn't he?
Oh, they're both immortals.
But yeah, that's right, Lost Boys. Oh,
Yeah.
Both okay.
But either way, this was an incredible match. I mean, I cannot, deny that Tatum and CJ brought it as hard as they could.
They did.
CJ turned out to be a lot stronger than I thought he was, lifting Jason in such a way that, boom.
Oh, he powerhoused him, and that's the thing. Menage a Trois tried everything they could as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Loverboy Larry was on the outside.
Mhm.
CJ and Tatum did everything they could in it, and the only thing they were missing, and it might have helped them, was Lizzie.
Yeah, that might have helped them, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, Lizzie Thorne might have been seduced by the power of the vampire, but either way, Loverboy Larry couldn't help them. They couldn't help themselves. In the end, we have new MPX Tag Team Champions, the Lost Boys, Jason Silver and Sky De La Cremosa.
In their third reign, and like we always say, you cannot miss a week here in MPX because you never know what's going to happen. Jackson Stone was announced. He made an appearance and even got himself a title match.
Yeah.
No one knew the Lost Boys. You always have to be here every Saturday, 510 Harwood, Bedford, Texas. Only place to be on Saturday.
So doors open at 7:30. Get your tickets now at mpxwrestling.com. Thanks for watching MPX Addicts. That was MPX's Defiance, and what a show.
And let's be honest, it was called Defiance because what? Our MPX champion decided to make a match on his own?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
things were defiant, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah.
Between Mahali coming out and pushing over Emily, causing Big Fitz to go nuts, and Ryan, kind of ignoring Jamie's advice and taking that match with Jackson Stone later, to Tommy Becker taking a match without Jamie's advice.
I mean, yeah.
It was a night of defiance, I'd say.
Not only is that their manager and their mentor, that's the head of creative. I mean, let's be honest. I listen to that. I know you don't listen to the boss all the time. I do. I seek his advice, and I honestly don't know what's going through Tommy and Ryan's head tonight. Obviously, Defiance, they took the name for it. But enough about that. We already talked about it. It was a great show this week. Next week, he is back.
Hardakis returns. All hail Hardakis. And he's going to be taking on the NTPW champion, JJ Blake, the King of Cali, as he calls himself.
Not only the King of Cali, he's calling himself the King of MPX.
Oh, Hardakis will remove those delusions quickly.
He made his claim that he wants the MPX title, and well, you got to go through one of the biggest competitors to ever hold that MPX title.
Absolutely.
In Hardakis.
Wait to see that. We're also going to be seeing Leva Bates coming back with a mystery tag team partner, taking on Fun and Sexy, Baby D and Petey.
Who's our partner?
I don't know.
I know you talk to creative. You know who it is. Why don't you give the fans what they want? Give the addicts what they want.
Stuff before it gets out. Not that though. I don't work for creative.
I've heard different rumors. If you listen to MPX Radio every Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll hear him say he works for MPX Creative all the time.
I do not.
No, you do. I say it all the time.
I do not. But either way, yeah. Tune in, mpxradio.com. You'll find all of our episodes, including some historical episodes, I guess you could call them. Also, mpxmainline.com. You'll see all the MPX Mainline episodes on YouTube.
I mean, I know you can't get enough of me. Go to those two websites. You get to see all this. You get to hear the wonderful voice of the MPX Addicts.
And of course,
wonderful.
You need to be able to watch MPX itself. Get your tickets for next week now at mpxwrestling.com. And of course, get the network. If you don't have the network, I don't know what you're doing with yourself during the week, because it's all I watch.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Yes, you've got the rest of July tickets on sale. You've got the August season pass on sale, and in August, our biggest show of the year, MPX pulls out All Stops 4. Purple Rain. And it's going to be, obviously, hands down, one of the best shows of the year. It goes right up there with Texas Rumble. This place should be standing room only, and I expect it will be.
Probably.
It normally is every year.
And it's going to be incredible. So you make sure you get that network.mpxwrestling.com for the network, mpxwrestling.com for the tickets. Again, get them now. And, of course, keep it kayfabe, wrestling fans.
#respect the curtain. See you all next Saturday.